People used to believe that breaking a horse meant crushing the will of the animal. The only way you can realize its true spirit is through love.
Lorraine, my first question is for you. You know, this movie is in part about the history of Black cowboys. What did you know about that history before you signed on to this movie? And what have you learned sort of since?
I didn't know anything about this urban community in Philadelphia that's been there since the 1800s. I did not know of this Black urban community and their love for their horses, that they just weren't willing to give them up when even after urbanization. And so I've learned how to ride. I've become a sort of an honorary member of this revered community, and I've become an advocate for the Fletcher Street stables because they've been endangered for a very long time, and this is a community that has done such extraordinary work with saving children and saving lives through these horses and getting kids off the street. And so much of our story is about getting kids off the street. Cole and Smush that Jharrel plays. I've learned a great deal about urban cowboys and Black urban cowboys.
Well, that kind of plays into my next question, which is for Cliff. There were actual members of the Fletcher Street Urban Riding Club in this movie. What do you hope that this movie does for clubs like Fletcher Street, like there's Compton Cowboys out here in LA, like stuff like that?
I hope it brings more awareness to the plight of these communities. Also, let people know that there are a lot of these stories out there in the Black community that need to be told. But in the end, I just hope for the best that this movie brings light to their situation and makes it better for them to be able to operate under better circumstances.
Jharrel, you know, your character Smush in this movie has gone through some stuff. Like he was in the group, you know, he's kind of not, and he's out trying to make his way on his own. What do you think kids can learn from being around horses?
I think what kids can probably learn is that they can be cared for and loved just as much as the horses are being cared for and loved. And there's a family in those horses, you know. I'm actually, because I played Smush, it was almost like shooting a second part of the film. It was like a side story. So I didn't get to experience being on a horse, but I did get to see the horses. And the one thing I've learned just from hearing Matt and Lorraine talk and Caleb talking about what it was like is that you become family with the horse and you become one with the horse. So I think for any young kid to become one with something, that's so important, you know, and to become one with a being that is larger than life almost, you know, this massive creature. Once you become connected with that horse, I can't imagine what it does for your soul early on. So I think there's a lot of beauty in spending time with animals in general, but especially something like an animal like a horse.
I have to imagine too, it would like tether you, like before you make any decision or any move, you'd think like, well, I have my family, but I also have this other sort of responsibility.
Absolutely.
That
that's really the point of the stables. That's really the point of the stables too, is to change these kids' lives and to put them on a course that is healthy and strong.
So this is a large segue, or like a non sequitur, but if you got a horse, what would you name it? Lorraine, maybe you can go first.
Izzy. That's one of my middle names. Don't I look like an Izzy? No. But it might be one. Finally, I'll put that name to use. That is the Dora middle name, one of those awful middle names my mother gave me. I'll name my horse Izzy.
Cliff, what about you?
Italian stallion, plain and simple.
You said what? Italian stallion?
The Italian stallion.
Oh,
thank you.
Jharrel, do you have one now?
Because I have not been on a horse, I'm still terrified of horses, so I don't think that's even possible for my brain to.
Just call it terror.
Yeah, the terror. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I call it. Terror. I call it fear. Yeah. My horse name. Actually, would be genius to name my horse Fear in case I ever do ride the horse and I've conquered my fear. You know what I'm saying? So that would be.
Yeah, you tamed it. Yeah.
Tamed my fear.
What's going on?
The city decide they don't need horses no more.
Y'all trying to tear this place down.
Come on, man. How you gonna do that to us?
They can't take who we are as a people.
So what we gonna do then?
We gonna do what we always do. We gonna ride.